Episode 7, The Whisper. I was immersed in the sweet scent of flowers and the crisp freshness of the mountain air. In front of me was a beautiful man's back, muscles rippling under his skin. He laughed. "Are you getting distracted?" My hands were in his thick black hair. I was spraying bright purple flowers into it. It's pretty. His curls felt silky, smooth, fragrant with the scent of jasmine. Strand by strand, a beautiful long braid formed in my hands. I deftly inserted a small green stalk, its purple petals creating a soft, sharp contrast. Looks nice. You know how to see real beauty. It's rare for humans. You're always busy rushing from place to place. That's not what life is about. It's not a senseless scramble. I laughed. What is it about them? Emotions, sensations, pleasure, love. Do what pleases you, and if you suffer, why dig deeper into it? Why spend your already short life searching for painful answers? Answers? I came to Clipagrami to get answers to your questions, didn't you? Terrifying, difficult questions. A strange agitation seized me. The beautiful picture around me seemed to slowly fade, and I frowned. He turned to me and gave me a soft smile, so kind and warm. Questions such as who killed your family. That's what you wanted to know, right? My fingers stilled for some reason. His smile filled me with fear. The field around us started changing. The beautiful flowers suddenly withered. Forgot to mention the moon turned red, and hands were outstretched from ghosts. A thick crimson liquid started to drown them. The ground was now covered in hot, fresh blood. Raton continued to look at me tenderly. You found your answers and you're scared. I mumbled, barely moving my lips. Scared. Don't be. Death, blood shouldn't scare you. You're knee-deep in it. Here, look. I looked down and realized that he and I were also drowning. In fear, pain, horror, cruelty. When I opened my eyes, the bright light disoriented me for a moment. I squeezed my eyes shut again, and then I came to my senses. This bedroom, this house again. What a weird feeling. Was it a dream? But so much happened last night, I'm not sure what was real and what was not. Raton saved me? Isn't a monster. Technically saved you. Raton scared me, but he saved us from an awful fate. Raton always seemed calm and made me feel safe, but even when he got angry. And I want to point into what? A point that makes me want to stay away from all this, so as not to wake up his inner demons. He slit hundreds of throats with just a wave of his hand. How can you commit such atrocities with a soft smile on your face? Damn. My headache didn't go away, although I feel a bit better. I couldn't lie there forever. I needed to check on Kieran. I got out of bed and hastily changed into the spare clothes I'd brought just in case. Light outfit, golden outfit, gray. I like the gold outfit, I'll do it. I assume there's also black in it. Don't at me. I brush my hair away from my face. I like the curly one. Why not? We'll keep it for a minute. Could you please fix the crack in the wall? I'm just saying. As I walked in, their quiet voices stopped immediately. Killian and Lima looked at me pointedly, but they didn't say a word. Hey, where's Kier? He's asleep. Why don't you sit down? How long have I been out? Not too long. It's only early morning. How much time has passed since last night? 6 or 7 hours, not much. How did it all end? Where did Rattan go? He killed them all. If it's even possible to kill those who are already dead, of course, then he disappeared. You fainted, and I carried you here. And Karen? Karen helped me walk. I twisted my ankle. Did you get some rest? No, sit down. I obediently sat down at the table. Did he have trouble falling asleep, Karen? He almost got hurt yesterday. He's fine. Thank you. You're brave. You really rushed to protect him. Let's not talk about this now. We have another problem. What the hell happened now? We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Tell me. Lima sighed and leaned back in her chair. She squeezed the bridge of her nose as if trying to drive away sleep, and then said, Gabriel never came back. What? He ran into the forest yesterday when those creatures dropped dead. Rattan didn't lay a finger on him, but we never saw him again. Have you tried looking for him? No, we didn't want to leave you and Karen alone. We were waiting for you to wake up. Killian shook his head. I don't even know if he's still dangerous. What if something possessed him or he went insane? Our team leaders have rotten luck. That's horrible. I mean, I want to go with rotten luck, but it's pretty bad taste. I hope he's all in one piece, or at least alive. I am hoping for that too. Why didn't you wake me up? We needed to find him before it's too late. I wanted you to recover first. You went through a lot yesterday. So did you. Killian didn't answer, running his fingers through his hair. He was trying to remain focused. But I could see that last night had taken a toll on him. They're both so calm, despite the fact that we went through hell and back yesterday. They're really strong. I like the organ sounds. How are you? Lima waved it off. I don't know why, but I expected something like this. Maybe I haven't fully processed it yet, and now I seem apathetic. But I feel cool-headed. I know we need to act, not panic. I agree with you, even though I don't understand a bloody thing. I don't exactly understand what we saw yesterday either. Who was killing whom? In that case, I'm calm. Really. I looked at them, tired, a little confused, but still there for me. Thank you so much for letting me sleep and recover, and for coming here with me and doing this together. I'm really sorry that you went through this. I thought I was the only one who could have visions. You shouldn't have to deal with this. At least for now, we know exactly what you're fighting against. I mean, what visions you were talking about. I don't envy you. I looked at my friends. Hold on. Your friends have become stronger. They are pleased you care about them. I looked at my friends from under my brows. I appreciate their support because initially, they didn't believe me. Elma, now can you explain what we saw yesterday? What was that massacre about? The Dubés. More precisely, they're people. They attacked the people living in this village. But why? They made some deal with my family, but shortly before things were to happen, my mother and grandmother fled India, breaking their alliance. I guess it was revenge. My whole extended family that lived here was slaughtered mercilessly. Lima gasped in surprise. Killian continued. What are you going to do next? I'll talk to them. What they did was bloodthirsty and ruthless, but there are two sides to every coin, and two sides to every story. I want to listen to what they have to say, how they are going to explain it, and then I'll decide what to do. Did this happen recently? No, a long time ago, 23 years ago. But we saw those people when we came here. Killian, I don't think we saw anyone. I think the people we saw were dead. Yes, that's right. I've had this happen before. I don't know why it didn't cross my mind. Well, because you were learning a lot. My answer made Killian stop talking and get lost in thought for a while. The truth scared me too. The whole last trip, Ranni, the people around us, all that bustling life. None of it was real. The villagers had been killed a long time ago. You two, pull yourselves together. I'll go wake up Kieran. We need to find Grant and leave. I went to the second room, whose door was firmly shut. Trying not to make a noise, I opened it a little. His shoes were near the threshold. Here, you need to wake up and get ready. The room was empty. A heap of crumpled blankets and sheets and a wide open window. Oh no, 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 no. Killian and Lima immediately rushed to me. Both seemed petrified when they saw the empty bed. I swear he didn't come out. We would have noticed. We spent the whole night in the living room. No one could have kidnapped Kieran. He would have resisted, wouldn't he? The walls are thin. We would have heard. I don't care. We need to find him immediately. My chest tightened in worry, my rising panic driving out all other thoughts. Who took him? Gabriel? The Bahoots? Hey, hush. Don't get carried away. Lima, my little brother is gone. I'm responsible for him. Take a deep breath. We're going to find him. His shoes are here, so he was kidnapped. I didn't keep him safe. I had a huge lump in my throat that I couldn't swallow. The more I thought about Kieran being in trouble, the more I wanted to burst into tears. Killian and Lima exchanged glances at a loss for words. Pull yourself together. Calm down, you can't freak out. It won't help Kieran. I must do something, not cry. I want to help him, not drive everyone else up the walls. I closed my eyes, taking a few deep breaths. Then I said in a steady voice, Fine, let's get down to business. Okay. That's right, well done. Thank you, I needed to be patted on the ass. You have conquered your fear and calmed down. Your friendship with everyone has improved. Alright, we have checked the bed, checked the window, checked the door lock, call him. Well, I would think check the window since it was the first thing open. I rushed to it, looking out. I began to study the frame, searching for scratches or chips. Then I looked at the ground under it. The grass was trampled. Someone must have crept up to the window. All I saw were barely discernible footprints. And looks like his foot size. We need to follow his tracks. There are his footprints, so it means that he left on his own accord. He didn't waste any time and did everything quickly. Killian climbed up the window first, then helped Lima and me. We found ourselves in the garden. It was easy to follow the footprints left on the soft ground, but when they led us to the forest, I tensed up. The ground there was hard, dry. There was no clues as to which direction Kieran had taken. I clutched my head in despair, struggling to keep my emotions in check. I don't understand. If he left on his own accord, then where did he go and why? Without saying a word? He wasn't himself yesterday. Lima looked at Killian worried, and it felt like they were having a silent conversation. You tell her. Tell me what? He was on edge yesterday, especially after you left. Then he rushed out of the house and complained that he was hearing voices. A whisper. He said he heard a whisper. Was it telling him to go somewhere? I don't know. He only said very little. He seemed very nervous. I looked down. Now you know that your brother was not himself and heard voices. I don't know if this is relevant, but Miss Kahan seemed to be studying strange plants and brewed nasty infusions out of them. What? Yes, a herbalist told me those plants drive people crazy. Whether this is the cause of his behavior or this village, I don't know. Doesn't Karen see that what you see? The dead and stuff? No, he's a man. In my family, men don't have such a, gift. I can't even bear to call it a gift. Do you think this Kahan is a threat to you? That's why I moved home. Besides, I saw in my visions that she helped my mother escape, and now she's groveling at the Dubé's feet. I don't know what to make of it. Karen once said that Miss Kahan was obsessing over him. I was very disturbed by it. You speak as if that woman went totally crazy. As if she was fixated on Karen and started poisoning him. Yes, that was my guess, and I'm worried. But since we don't live with him anymore, he should get better, right? You can't be sure that's what happened, though. I can't, but there's no other logical explanation. Thanks to your earlier choices, the pieces of the puzzle are starting to fall into place. Where do we start looking for him? I crossed my arms to hide the trembling in my fingers. I couldn't let my feelings overwhelm me when a cool head was needed. Our only choice is to go and look for him in the forest. It's a big place. Do you want to split up? Are you serious? Yesterday you were absolutely against that. This is about Karen. We can't let our fears hold us back. He's all alone out there. Each of us can search a section. Agreed? Okay. I was ready to do anything to speed things up. It was time to choose who would go where. I'll go around the perimeter of the forest on the village side. It's the biggest area, the most dangerous, in case there's someone else still here. What's left? The waterfall and the rocky clearing. I'll go... Well, I guess that's obvious. To the stone altar. It's in the western part in the clearing. That place was very strong energy. Maybe Karen went there. I'll have a good look around. Sounds good. Then I'll go to the waterfall. If you find something, come straight back here. If we look for each other, we will get lost. After agreeing, we parted ways. I walked along the now familiar path that led deeper into the forest. Well, there's Grant. I didn't even need to check that I was going the right way. The dark energy, the anoricite mineral, attracted me, lured me in. Shortly after I reached the clearing, the same place where I found my hair, and Abhay attacked me. His father and he weren't part of the Mirage, were they? Did they really live in the village all alone all this time? That explains Abhay's madness. My thoughts were suddenly interrupted. I noticed two silhouettes at the foot of the altar, and my heart stopped for a moment. It's them. I rushed forward towards them. I recognized one of the silhouettes as my brother. He was lying on the ground, clutching his head. Despite my overwhelming happiness, I didn't rush to hug him. I was scared of hurting him. I simply crouched down and touched his shoulder. "Kerr, baby." His eyelids fluttered. He opened his eyes slyly. "Mala?" What happened to your face? I almost cried with happiness. I put my hand on his cheek. What happened? I collapsed. I gently lifted Kieran's head and put it on my lap, caressing it. How did that happen? Are you feeling sick? Hey, don't cry. I'm just feeling a little hot, and they're driving me crazy. I was speechless for a moment. Again. My head will explode if they don't shut up. And the heat. He was burning up. The faceless creatures didn't seem to be trying to attack us. They were just standing there whispering endlessly. Probably because they're afraid of Rattan appearing. The heat? From the stone. Kieran's slender, wounded fingers pointed at the altar. The Anerythrite. I haven't been here that long, so it's okay. Another hour and I would have burned alive. Stupid stone. It's driving me crazy. You found Kieran quickly, so you were able to help him in time. He'll be fine. What was the alternative? Genuinely curious. I'm gonna get you out of here, then I'll go get the others, okay? Yeah. After I helped Kieran move a safe distance from the altar, I immediately ran to get the others. Lima was waiting for me at the agreed meeting point. I explained the situation to her. She decided to wait for Killian so they could come together. I went back to my brother. While we were alone, I tried to bring Kieran back to his senses. How did you get here? What happened? You fainted in the forest and we returned to the house. I fell asleep and then I woke up to your voice. You were calling me to the woods. Interesting. And your call was so insistent that I couldn't resist it. My feet moved on their own. I didn't even put shoes on. I climbed out the window. Why the window? So that Killian and Lima wouldn't stop me. I don't remember why, but I knew I needed to leave unnoticed. I covered my mouth with my hand, my heart aching for Kieran's terrible ordeal, and there was nothing I could do for him. Feeling so helpless was killing me. I wanted to get angry at myself. Why the hell did I bring him to the village? Why the hell did I let him come to India at all? On the other hand, how could I have left him alone in Calcutta, left him alone in London with our crazy grandma? Those options sounded even worse. I stumbled upon the altar and saw Gabriel here unconscious. Then I felt sleepy. The stone was hot, so bloody hot. I fell down and couldn't get back up. Then my head started hurting. Is it the voices that you hear? Is it an intrusive, endless whisper? Do you hear it too? I thought I was the only one, but the others told me that it's been driving you crazy since we arrived in the village. At least we'll go crazy together. We'll do everything together. The crooked, frail, but kind smile made me want to cry. I grinned. You aren't getting rid of me anytime soon. It makes me feel exhausted. You knew that Kieran wasn't himself and heard a whisper. What exactly are they whispering? I started caressing his head. Rattan explained that they are trying to reach you, not just to bother you for no reason. You need to learn to listen to them. He closed his eyes as if he were in pain. I thought I couldn't do anything like that, that only women in our family are capable of such things. I don't know. They're saying something strange. Something about mixed blood. Isn't that about you being of mixed heritage? I don't know. They keep saying, neither our own nor someone else's. Mixed blood rejected by all. Over and over again. At first I couldn't make the words out, but after hearing it 100,000 times, I got it. Well, more precisely, I understand the words, not their meaning. Meaning? Did you pick that one up from Lightwood? Is that really your main problem right now, Mala? Lying on my lap, my brother grimaced, irritated. No, Kieran. So many things are my problem right now. Normally Kier would have laughed, but now he just smiled. That's better. You should have seen yourself when you rushed here. You look like a witch. Oh, so you're saying that you liked it next to the altar. Well, let me move you back then. Don't. Just tell them to shut up. I get it, mixed blood. Why are they talking nonsense? I looked up at the faceless shadows. I growled. In the name of the Dark Mother, go away. There's no place for you here, and no one is waiting for you. We've heard you, or should I say Mahadeva Risha Shiva will be the one to say that. I held my hand with the Mindai. See, go away. The dead don't belong among the living. The creatures didn't all back off at once. The first one laughed second, then the third. Then they all disappeared. Wow, what are you doing? Are you name-dropping Mr. Vaish? Sometimes there's no choice, but did they fall silent? Kier shook his head sadly. No, they quieted down a little, but that's it. I asked Kieran some more questions before Lehman Killian entered the clearing. First, they helped me drag him away from the altar. Then they did the same with Gabriel. Once at a safe distance, Killian asked Kieran how he was feeling. We haven't checked on him at all. Kieran explained exactly how he ended up in the clearing, where he found Gabriel unconscious. Why was he lying here? Maybe he came here while he was having a fit, then it stopped and he lost consciousness? Why the altar? The mineral it's made of is a special energy. We'll ask Grant when he regains consciousness. Killian turned to Kieran. Don't run away barefoot like that ever again. We were so worried about you. It wasn't really something I planned, but sure. Killian looked at Gabriel. I hadn't even noticed he was there for the last 20 minutes. What happened to his face? He looks like he was badly beaten. I don't know, but it looks strange. Look. Lima pointed to the dirt under his nails. It's brown? We looked at each other, all thinking the same thing. Now that I had found my brother, the last thing I wanted to do was stay in the village. Please, let's leave. We'll deal with everything later. But Grant is still unconscious. Let's drag him to the car. Anything just to get out of these woods. My head is going to explode. Okay, but how are we going to carry him? I don't know, you literally have 4 people here. I don't want to help carry him. I'll help, there's no choice. I'll help, there's no choice. You can't carry him alone. If we do it together, it'll be easier. Yeah, one person gets his leg, then the other person gets his arms. What about me? I can help. Don't you even dare. Even if Killian tried to convince us that he could do it alone, Lima and I helped him. The 3 of us were able to get Grant out of the woods, which meant that nothing kept us there any longer. With great difficulty, we dragged Gabriel into the car, threw in our things, and finally left that cursed place. My native place. Killian drove slower than usual on the way back, probably because he was exhausted. After leaving Klipagrami, Lima finally allowed herself to relax and fell asleep in the back seat next to Kieran and Gabriel. Yeah, you're in for an uphill battle. If those people really killed your family, they must be targeting you now. I know. If they were already killed because of their interest or for revenge, they can do it again. Beware of them. I'm not kidding, Amala. You ought to be careful. Killian didn't say anything else, and I got lost in my own thoughts. The Brahmin's death is a sex doing, so was it Amrit who killed him? Did he recently come here and cut off that old man's head with his own 2 hands? Amrit promised to be honest with me and stop playing games. But how do I explain what happened in Klipagrami? He must know that my family was killed there. And yet, he said nothing. This is crazy. No, he can't be like that. Ah, of course. I know Amrit can be evasive, but he has a code of honor. He won't lie if he promised to tell the truth. It's better not to act rashly. I'd rather talk to him about it all and find out what he knew or kept silently, or whether he knew about it at all. After meeting his family, my opinion of Amrit changed, and it seemed that he didn't really have the choice to grow up to be any different. You're in love with Amrit, and you want to believe in his good faith. You need to lie and manipulate in order to survive among the Dubés. His father is a very difficult person. I wouldn't say no if I could teach him a lesson. Amrit considers me very important, and I won't take that for granted. I will try to trust him, although it is very hard. When Killian stopped in front of her house, I thanked them again. If it wasn't for you... Don't mention it. When Gabriel wakes up, we'll call you and talk, okay? Thanks again. After saying goodbye, Karen and I left. I really wanted to wash off the last day. I had to have dinner, then think about everything properly. When I went upstairs, however, a surprise waited for us. Everything was turned upside down. Someone had emptied every drawer and cabinet. Well, that's nice. Whoa. I looked around the room gloomily. Those bastards. These weren't burglars, this was an inside job. Well, that was a super short episode. We'll give you 4. Let's see what stats we got. We got 3 loyalty, 6 respect, 1 rage, 1 kindness, and diamonds. Alright, so next up is episode 8. So we're halfway through the season, and as I understand, this is the final season, if I'm not mistaken. At least someone was telling me. So I'm halfway through. So, I'm glad for each and every one of you that are here and listening right now and tune in for each one of these episodes, especially as I play catch-up. Do keep in mind, there's a lot of other content up on the channel. And right now, there's been a lot of difficulty trying to get, kind of their Diamond Rush, right? They had to extend it another 24 hours because the server was absolutely atrocious, I'm going to be honest with you. However, during all of that, and during some of the issues, we're still caught up on Love and Sin. Really wish they'd, update that. Missing Time Catcher, and then I believe we've only got 1 more episode of Astoria's. We're caught up, and then we're doing all the rest of these, so I'm trying to catch up, especially during the Diamond Rush. So, thanks again for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you did enjoy, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.